What is going on YouTube, and welcome back to our channel. You are on Let's Talk with
Sheila
and Jordan J. Thank you so much for tuning in again to our channel. We have the next episode of Ready to Love. So on the first episode, or the first two episodes, we were introduced to 20 singles. Now we are down to 18 singles.
Right. 9 men, 9 female.
Exactly. And of
Who's
course,
ready for
let's
love?
see who's ready to love on this particular episode.
Yeah. Let's see.
So starting out, we left off with Tasia being a little annoyed that she was on the bottom two.
Oh,
and of course, as we all knew, she was going to carry that over into the next day, which is exactly what she did.
Exactly
when
what she did.
They all had a group outing. She was the first to arrive on the scene with a few of the gentlemen.
Right.
And she, of course, could not help herself. She had to ask, had to find out, why in the world would you guys put me at the bottom? Of course, no one was able to answer.
Yeah, because Cecile came with straight attitude. How do you answer somebody who is like with straight attitude? So, gentlemen, I'm glad I'm here first. Let me just ask y'all, because you know I want to talk about last night.
Another one of those delusional moments, you know, where she clearly thought she was higher than what people ranked her, apparently. I mean, they were very direct about how they felt about her.
Apparently, she feels like her stock is a lot higher than a lot of other people feeling. And she came back with that same energy. And the guys was definitely intimidated. They was like, and you know,
And I wasn't there, so I can't really say nothing, but let's hook up maybe, and I'll let you know.
Yeah.
I'll let you know why I don't like it.
I know, right?
Since you asked, right? You know, she's definitely the type of person that will ask you something and you tell her the truth, and she's gonna throw it back in your face.
Yeah. And then she's not gonna accept it.
Exactly.
She's gonna be like, What's
wrong with
about?
you? Like, it's not her. It's always gonna be him, the male, as the problem. So clearly we can see.
Well, not only the male, it just seems like everybody could be a problem with Tasia. Yeah, I mean, you know, but we're gonna move on and we'll see about Tasia.
Well, she wasn't the only awkward person during this episode. Did you see Corey?
Oh yeah, what was
Corey
going on with
and Sabrina's
Corey?
exchange,
Okay.
that little conversation where she was like, no. Like, no.
I don't know, Corey. I know, but it was the thing about it. Corey was like, I need you to, you know, this is not my playing field. We need to get on my playing field.
He wants to take you on a date.
I want to take you. And what's wrong with that? What's wrong with me taking you off from this environment to a private place where I can just spend all of my time,
where he excels,
and where I excel, because that makes me comfortable.
Exactly.
Corey kind of made me feel like he's
exactly what you said.
Early 20s, definitely not early
40.
20s, definitely not 40. I'm not really sure what's going on with him, but for him to have to take you from a certain environment to put you in an environment just with him so that you can get to know him, what would that mean as far as you getting married and having a relationship? You all only spend time with him? Only with him?
On his terms, basically. Like,
Corey,
we can't get along because you're not on my terms.
Right. Corey, what is really going on with you?
It's a conversation. Like, it should be very easy. Like, I don't know you. All you got to do is make a little bit of small talk.
I mean,
that's
Corey's just giving off this energy that really he's very insecure. Yeah. He has a little low self-esteem problem for me. Not high, low. Insecurity, I'm seeing him. But we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. Luckily for him, though, one person, he did do a good deed, which
yes,
resulted in another good deed happening to him.
I think he's a good person. We just
got to get past that little surface BS that he's throwing out, right? Got to get down to the
well, I don't know what we're going to get when we get down there, though. You know what I'm saying? That may need to be worked on first. Because if all your outside is like it is, what the hell is on the inside of you?
Well, hopefully Mumi will be able to bring that out, because she seems to have taken a liking to him a little bit. The fact that he was able to change her tires and he did win a date, yes, which that date was even more cringe than the conversation with Sabrina. I did not like it at all. I mean, you can talk about insecure all you want, but at a certain point, you got to have some self-awareness to know, like, read the room, read the context. Like, you don't have to be so pushy and aggressive and, like, just throwing everything all at once. Like, hold some cards back.
Like, but it seemed like, for some reason,
she did like it.
She did like it.
Horny
yeah,
show.
She really liked it.
I was like, sexually assault her ass for real.
Don't say that. Please don't say that. What about
she gonna be like,
when he jumped on that log?
Oh God, behind her. She asked you to help her down. that whole couple is. She doesn't want to have sex until marriage.
Right. But
and
she was
Corey
definitely enjoying that. She was definitely enjoying that sexual
looking to get his numbers off quick so he can, move on to the next.
Corey's like, can I give you, what happens if I give you a kiss?
I'm curious to know what's going to happen when he finds that out about her, that she is saving herself until marriage. How that's going to work, how he's going to react. Right? Because
girl, Corey ain't gonna be around long. Trust him really how he gonna act. Girl,
you think he's gonna get kicked off before? Okay.
If he's not kicked off, he's gonna be able to move to another lady. Mume, I'm serious. He's a one date person, okay? Yeah. He's a serial dater that dates one time. So Mume, you can consider yourself lucky. You got your one day out of the way. Go ahead and enjoy, meet the other 8 men. And please forget Corey. So we gotta move on. Though.
Okay, moving on. Yes, we had the next double date actually with it was my girl Camille taking a date with Walter, and they were on a date with Cornelius and Courtney. So that was a little bit funny because we all know how Camille feels about Cornelius. That's only has eyes for him, apparently. Yes. So her stringing Walter along was hilarious, in my opinion, because Walter get around.
Yeah, Walter
get around. So
him
being strung
and
around.
And she the one set the date up, though.
Yeah, she set everything up. So I thought it was pretty funny. I'm like, I wonder if he knows.
Because she didn't want Courtney to touch him. She didn't want Courtney to do too much of anything. And she wanted to find out how Cornelius would act around other women. So she was trying to observe him. And I guess to find out if he would be touchy and feeling how he would act around her. I mean,
playing games.
What is going on with Camille? Like,
she's kind of giving that. She's definitely territorial, but it's getting a little crazy.
But Camille, come on. You're a 40-year-old woman, right? Isn't she 40?
42.
Yeah, she's a 40-year-old woman. If you want Cornelius, you need to pursue Cornelius in a way that lets him know you want him. Not see and try to intimidate him or other women who are interested in him. I don't see anything cute about that.
No.
Oh my God. And then what about, they had about the sex talk.
Yeah, so of course they had to ask the tough questions. So sex,
had to go in on the tough questions. You know that's one of the tough questions.
How do you feel about, sex in a relationship? And Walter,
before marriage.
That part too.
Yeah, that part too.
So they wanted to know how you felt about that. And Walter being the first one to answer, very important. Gotta have it. Need it. Ain't no stopping. Once we start.
Once we get started, won't get stopping. We won't be stopping.
Ain't no stopping. Once we start, ain't no stopping. Walter was quick to answer that how he felt. So if you ain't,
and what was Camille like?
He got to. Oh gosh, she's kind of a prude. That was real. Kind of a prude about sex. And Courtney, she kind of matched that energy too. She said, "Yeah, intimacy is very important in a relationship." She ain't waiting. Not till marriage, that's for sure. Maybe a month.
And then said, if it ain't good, she ain't sticking around.
Can't do it. At least she's honest, y'all.
Yeah, well, that's what it's supposed to be. You're supposed to be honest, right?
Let me give you all of me up front, so take it or leave it. Because
did Cornelius seem to be a little hurt?
I think he was a little taken aback by that.
I want to say Cornelius.
We all know how he felt from that cast review.
So it looked like we had two different people. We had Walter and Courtney on one side of the table, the sex table, and then we had
pro sex.
And then we had Cornelius and Camille on the other side, and then I kind of feel like Cornelius in the middle. Like Cornelius in the. I think Cornelius is. He's not a virgin, and I think he's been having intimacy in his past relationship. Yeah, but I think he's trying to play both sides. I think he's really playing both sides. But what do you say, YouTube? Would you be interested in being in a relationship with someone without sex before you get married? Completely no sex at all until after you have gotten married for the rest of your life, to death do you part. How do you feel?
I don't know, but let's go ahead and move on to the next date that we were able to see, and we got to know Tyrone a little bit better.
Tyrone and Hayes.
On his date with Zadia. He was definitely feeling her.
Yeah, he was. And she looked good too. Yeah, she was beautiful. Yeah, she's
nice
beautiful.
Banging body. So
and then she seems to be very smart as well. You know, so yeah, I think they had. Well, I know she had a good time.
Yeah, they had it off on their date. We did get to know, like I said, Tyrone a little bit better, and some of the things that he's battling or has battled. He's very vulnerable in that conversation, so which is hard to do on TV.
I know.
Put a camera in your face.
I'm kind of surprised he was able to open up. That says a lot about Tyrone. Tyrone went ahead and kind of confessed to Zadia that he has PTSD. He's been in the military for a number of years. He's been on certain deployments. And he's actually battling PTSD, but he's working on it. And so he just wanted to be very open about what he's going through.
But of course, we had another date. Miss Aisha. Okay, with Mr. Dapper Carrington. Dapper Dan.
I know, right? Oh my God.
We don't really get to see too much of Carrington, so I guess that date that he had.
I don't know. I know it was kind of like
He said he's never had a relationship before, so I think we need to start with exercising those muscles.
Trying to be in a relationship.
But yeah, at least for a certain amount of time.
I think she asked had he ever cheated on anybody. He said no, because he never been in a relationship.
Yeah, you never been in a relationship.
But you on Ready to Love?
Yeah.
Like, isn't this a show that Ready to Love? Right. And you ain't been in a relationship, character.
Right. So I don't think he knows, how to carry those kinds of conversations.
Oh God, no. No, he's not ready at all.
Talk about what exactly he's looking for, what he brings.
I don't even think character know himself.
Exactly. So
what he like.
For sure.
We're gonna see. And then I think it was one more date.
Yeah,
right?
one more, next double date with Naeem and Shiloh,
Dante,
and then it was Dante and Zadia
and Tasia.
And Tasia, yes, Tasia was also there. So it was kind of a 3-on-2 date, or maybe just get to know each other kind of thing. Which it was cool.
Yeah, it was okay. I mean, I guess what they talked about.
They talked a lot about sex, I think. That's another tough topics, right? You get nowhere.
I know. Well, they get right to the point. Yeah, like I said, the second day, and they go right in, like you said, sex, sensuals, and sensuous.
Shiloh, she is an intimacy coach, so it would be a part of her business and her personality to be a sensual person.
Yes. And if you need your sex level raised and taking your sex game to the next level, she made it very clear. She would probably take everybody sex level.
I don't know. I'm a little cautious about Shiloh because she talks up a good game, but I'm like, You could do all that. Where is, like, how long is your longest relationship? What was your ex say about you? Like,
I know.
What?
So are we over getting to know you? I know yesterday was a meet and greet and all that, but like today, do we still need, is there other questions we need to know? Because as an intimacy coach, why isn't she got a partner? Like, what is going on with her? Yeah, why is she ready for love? Why she ain't found love? So I would love to get into knowing a little bit more about her. But what about Tasia? When they asked Tasia about what type of
what was the most interesting place I think you've had, sexual interactions? And she was a little prudish. Said she don't talk about her business outside of the bedroom, I guess. So whatever we do at Ed, you're gonna get greatness, basically. With me, like you're gonna be very satisfied.
Yeah, you're gonna be very satisfied. And then she also talked about mental intelligence. She needs a mentally stimulating person
to
stimulate her mentally, because she just dropping so much knowledge down anytime she open her mouth. That she needs somebody who's smart, because he knows his way around how to do what he needs to do. Tasia seemed to be really out of place. Did you realize that she seemed to be really out of place?
She was,
and she kind of looked like she was annoyed, like she just really didn't want to be there, and she really didn't have any connection with anybody.
Yeah.
So that's how it seems. So I guess we'll keep watching and seeing what's going on with Tasia.
If she makes it, because I really have a feeling she's gonna be the next one.
I don't know. You think so? So now this was this week. The entire week was ladies' night.
So they were able to vote the man out this week,
right?
Which they did.
And so with that being said, Tommy asked. He said, "So let's just talk about ladies. Who are you feeling?" So with connections, Camille. You know who you don't have to even ask her. She said, "I'm feeling Cornelius." Then they go next to Tasia. So Tasia, who are you feeling? Cornelius. Ask Carrie, who are you feeling? Who do you think she was feeling? None other than Cornelius. Boy, that Cornelius is racking up the women.
He is.
Not to mention Courtney sitting over in the cut in the corner, quiet, because you know who she feeling. Cornelius. So we got 4 women in here in this episode feeling Cornelius. So
4 out of 9.
4 out of 9. And then Zadia. She's feeling, I guess, Tyrone. Is that what she
did?
Said?
Yes.
She said she's feeling Tyrone.
She had a good connection with Tyrone. And she wasn't the only one. Looks like Sabrina was also feeling Tyrone a little bit. And oh, poor Carrie.
Carrie definitely was
Tyrone a lot, but unfortunately he called her to let her know this ain't gonna work. This ain't no connection. And
I thought it was. After I thought about it.
And you know what? I think we ended here. Which she clearly was not happy about
she wasn't feeling that at all.
And knowing that he called Shiloh after he
what is going on?
If she
I understand.
Very offended.
It was probably a better way for Tyrone to have said. Now, Tyrone, you can't be hurting women feeling just because you don't have the emotional capabilities of being with more than one person at a time. Even though you're just going out and having conversation and dating, you're not really in a relationship. But I see that seems to be a problem for you, Tyrone. But we cannot hurt the feelings of these ladies. And Carrie, this is what you came on this show for. So, you got to toughen up too. Like, the first person that you meet and you all of a sudden going to let them hurt your feeling because they're honest with you and say, look, I thought it was a connection, but there isn't a connection. So, Carrie, I'm going to need you to not be so sensitive. Go ahead. You got 8 other men to meet. Go ahead and meet and make some connections with somebody else. But you can't be wearing your emotions on your shoulders because somebody is honest with you. Yeah. So,
well,
but anyway,
like I said, there was 2 men they had to take out on a date and inform one of them that they were going home. So, of course, Corey was at the bottom. Corey. As we knew he would be. And Carrington was also at the bottom. The ladies did not think he was serious, as we said.
Right.
He's not serious. He doesn't seem to be. Yeah. And Corey, he's just cringe. So, I don't... he's definitely going to be gone soon.
I don't know. You'd be surprised. Somebody probably fall in love with Corey.
You don't know. So on this date, though, the gentleman thought it was a date. They didn't realize that they were actually on the brink of being sent home. So they were treating it as it was a date, and the ladies were kind of like, you know, you need to step up your game. This is your problem. This is what we come to an agreement upon with ourselves, and you just not it for us. So poor Carrington, he didn't see that shit come from.
He didn't see that at all. He was like, "What?"
Yeah, so he was sent home. Mr. Corey was saved once again.
That Corey. That Corey, he slipped right in every time.
And he ended up getting a second date.
And got a second date with Tasia.
I don't know.
Corey.
I don't know what these ladies are thinking, but
I'm telling you, they like Corey. So we got more to go. So let's see what happens next week.
Yes, right? Exactly. And thank you all so much for tuning in. If you have not subscribed yet, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and the like button. Go ahead and ding that bell so you know when we are on your screen again. And we're going to see you next week.
See you next week.
Have a good night.
Have a good night.